What if humiliation didn't just stay in the past, but came back years later with bullets? This North Texas case isn't just about murder. It's about revenge, rage, and how long people carry trauma before it explodes. This story is dark, it's emotional, and it forces you to ask questions most people don't want to answer. Two twin brothers from North Texas are now accused of committing two murders just weeks apart in late 2025. But police believe at least one of those killings may be tied to something that happened years earlier when the twins were allegedly robbed at gunpoint and forced to strip naked and recorded on video. That humiliation apparently didn't disappear. According to investigators, it may have waited. Today, we're breaking down what happened, who the victims were, and why this case feels less like random violence and more like a slow-burning fuse which finally reached a flame.
Welcome back to How They Do That. As always, I appreciate the support on the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our content.
Let's be clear here right from the start. Two people have unfortunately passed away. Families are grieving, and nothing about this story is clean or simple. The suspects are Samuel and Solomon Gadibo, 20-year-old twin brothers from the Fort Worth area. Police say they're connected to at least two separate shootings in November 2025, one at an apartment complex and another one in a restaurant parking lot. But before we start talking about motives and revenge, we need to talk about the first life that was lost. Just after 1:30 a.m. on November 15, 2025, surveillance cameras captured a white Nissan Altima pulling into an apartment complex on Augusta Lane in North Fort Worth. Not long after, Devin Randles, just 19 years old, was seen in the area. According to investigators, Randles and others appeared to be walking through the parking lot, possibly checking car doors. It's the kind of late-night behavior police say often leads to confrontation, sometimes even deadly ones. So minutes later, gunshots shattered the quiet. When officers arrived, Devin Randles was dead, struck multiple times by gunfire. 19 years old, barely out of high school, a life ended in a dark parking lot before it really even started. There were no immediate suspects, no arrests, just questions. And then just 2 weeks later, someone else was killed.
Restaurant employees are mourning their co-worker who was killed in a shooting in Fort Worth. This happened early Sunday morning, and police say two men walked in front of the victim's car outside of Flip's Patio Grill, shot him, and ran off. Today, restaurant managers identified that victim as Isaiah Gonzalez and tell us he worked there for 2 years. In a statement, Flip says it's cooperating fully with the investigation and is asking the community to keep Isaiah's family in your thoughts.
On November 30th, 2025, around 2 a.m., another violent scene unfolded, this time outside of Flip's Patio Grill on Western Center Boulevard. Isaiah Gonzalez, 20 years old, was captured on security video leaving the restaurant with his girlfriend. They was walking to their car just like people do every day, and then something went wrong. Two men approached the vehicle. They didn't argue, they didn't rob him, they just opened fire, shooting through the windshield. Gonzalez was rushed to a hospital but later died from his injuries. Again, no immediate arrest, but this time detectives noticed something chilling. The same white Nissan Altima appeared in evidence connected to both scenes. Shoe impressions found at the second murder scene from some Nike Air Force Ones were also found at the first scene, a detail that would later become more crucial. This wasn't random anymore. So police eventually traced the Nissan Altima back to the twins' mother. From there, the pieces began to lock into place. Surveillance footage, clothing similarities, matching shoe patterns. By December 2025, Samuel and Solomon Gadibo were no longer just names in the file, they were the prime suspects. A search warrant was executed at their apartment. Detectives hoped to find weapons or something more definitive. They didn't. Samuel Gadibo was later arrested after a high-speed chase where he crashed into an apartment building, but he eventually bonded out when the evidence still wasn't strong enough to hold him on the murder charges. At that point, some people thought that the case might fall apart. It didn't. This is where this story takes an even more disturbing turn. While investigating Isaiah Gonzalez's background, police received a tip, and what it described changed everything. According to the tipster, Gonzalez had allegedly robbed the twins years earlier, held them at gunpoint, and forced them to strip naked while recording the entire incident on video. That video wasn't just a rumor. Police later found that same video that the tipster was talking about in Gonzalez's phone when they did a search of his belongings. Using facial recognition, the investigators identified the people in the video as Samuel and Solomon Godibo. Now let that sink in. A moment of humiliation, caught on camera, frozen in time. Police confirmed the twins had reported the robbery back in 2021. However, there's no public record showing that Gonzalez was ever arrested or charged for that incident. So here's the uncomfortable reality. If the allegation is true, the twins may have lived for years knowing the person who humiliated them walked free. And if the prosecution's theory holds true, that humiliation didn't fade, it fermented. Okay, so as we know, motive is not guilt. Even if someone had a reason to want revenge, even a powerful one, that alone does not convict them of murder. So prosecutors got a job to prove that the twins were present at both shootings, connect all the physical evidence to them, showing intent beyond the coincidence or the speculation. And because the 2021 robbery never resulted in charges, defense attorneys will absolutely attack this motive as unproven, emotional, and prejudicial. That's where cases like this often collapse. This case isn't just about bullets and timelines. It's about what happens when people lose faith that justice will ever come. If you believe you were ever violated, stripped of dignity at gunpoint, and nothing happens to the person responsible, what does that do to you? Does anger fade? Or do you wait? When that anger finally surfaces, does it excuse what comes next? There are no clean answers here, only consequences. While doing research for this case, on social media, it seems that the public is somewhat split. Some people say that because these twins were minors when this happened and they were humiliated, that they should only get charged with one of the murders, which would have been Devin Randall's. Some people, I believe, that were close with Isaiah Gonzalez, this lady said that they robbed Isaiah first, and there's more to the story, and Isaiah didn't deserve what happened to him. Somebody else commented, if the dude still has the video, it's a possibility he was using the video against them. If that's the case, it's not just about humiliation or the robbery, it's a case of ongoing bullying and harassment. Somebody else pointed out the fact that Isaiah still had the video in his phone 3 years later. Now both twins sit charged with murder in 2 separate killings. One victim, Devin Randall's, appears to have been caught in a moment of late night chaos that ended in gunfire. The other, Isaiah Gonzalez, may have been tied to a humiliation that never truly ended. The public is left asking, was this revenge, was it escalation, or was it a tragic collision of past trauma and present violence? Here's what we know. 2 brothers, 2 shootings, 2 young men dead. A possible revenge motive rooted in humiliation and unresolved trauma. Evidence built on surveillance, vehicles, patterns, not confessions. And a legal fight that will decide whether motive becomes proof. The case isn't over. And whatever the verdict ends up being, it's already a reminder of something darker. When violence goes unanswered, it doesn't always disappear. Sometimes it comes back louder. If you want updates to this case as it unfolds in the courtroom battle that's coming, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you get all of our content.